Well, Michael Langer, right?
That's right.
And you're with Gulliver'sGate.com. But more importantly, man, you are raising money on the internet and crowdfunding to have the smallest city in the biggest city in the United States, New York. You're building the Gulliver's Gate, you call it. And it's really an attraction. It's like your own little miniature theme park
That's right.
that people are going to visit in right in downtown New York. Everybody's going to want to go to New York again
That's
just to
right.
see here. But it's terrific. I'm
It's be
sorry. Go ahead.
fascinating. It really will be.
Yeah, and but it's I mean for people in the States, I don't think we know about this kind of stuff, but it's big all over the world. I mean, it's
It is. It is.
it's
The largest current miniature park that's indoors
uh,
is Miniature Wonderland in Hamburg, Germany, and it's an amazing park. It's really quite exciting, and it'll only be surpassed by what we're going to build, which will
so you're going to have the biggest miniature
it's going to be the biggest. It's going to
in
be
the
the
world.
best, but it's also going to be so advanced with changing weather, changing seasons,
I see.
things that
But you have airplanes taking off in this
That's right.
thing.
We got airplanes,
And you have
spaceships,
you can
everything.
come into the park and make a little model of yourself running around in this
That's right.
park.
It's going to be it'll be a fun and exciting place, and
Wow.
educational too.
Yeah, I mean, but and it's really a place where you get into it. Looking at your video on Kickstarter, it looks like it's about you really get inside the park and see how cities really operate. And I mean, you got 10,000 cars in this thing.
Yeah, and they're all computer controlled, and they're all going somewhere. It's going to be busy. We really one of the things we wanted to do is really capture that when people are going to New York and they go into a Madame Tussauds, so they go from
Right.
this dynamic city with tremendous
Right.
amount of movement and everything is happening and there's horns going, and then you just go into this static environment and it's over. We want to capture all that movement and keep people in that feel in New York where they got all the hustle and bustle. It's still going, but it's also fun and exciting.
But I mean, again, but the education, you're going to have maker spaces there, so people can learn how to use like 3D printers or make their own people, or
Exactly right.
bring this expertise home with them too.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
going to be a lot
so-
of fun. They'll be able to do that. They'll have a great shop where they can learn and find out
not a
about
gift
modeling.
shop, but a shop like making stuff.
Well,
shop.
there's going to be both a maker place where people can learn about how to get involved and how to build things and how to build models. In addition,
I
of course,
see.
there'll be a hobby shop, which is
Oh,
kind
I
of
see.
lost. You don't see those anymore.
So right, so instead of when I was a kid, we had little train sets, and
Right.
stuff like that. We made our little, what was it, Plasticville or something like.
Right? Yeah, that's right.
So now I can go to this, when it opens, and then come home and make New Yorkville.
That's exactly right. And not only that, but you can populate the entire town with versions of yourself.
Now that's a place I want to live.
Little question mark suited guys everywhere.
That'll be wonderful. My God. I mean, what made you think of this stuff? Oh, you said you're a realtor or a real
I'm
estate
in real estate
investor.
business, that's
Yeah.
right. So
Wow.
originally, the idea came from my partner, Iran Gazid, and he's built this in the past. He's built Mini Israel, which is a 14-acre park that's very popular in Israel.
Oh, it's 14-acre park. It's
Yeah,
mini.
it's really
called
big. It's a
14.
different scale.
I see, right.
Our scale is going to be 1:87. The scale is much larger. So people.
Oh, this
that
is
are this
indoors
big,
versus.
and
I see.
tiny ones.
Oh, I see. So you have indoor miniature parks and outdoor miniature parks.
Right,
huh?
which
I
the advantage, of course, indoors you can do certain things you can't get away with
Yeah.
outdoors. Outdoors
You
you
could
can
also
spread
be
out a little
open
bit.
all the time.
Yeah.
You're open all the time too.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's really, I mean, I hate to say a tourist attraction, but it is a venue. I mean,
The
something
word
you
we
wanna
use
see.
is an edutainment facility. So edutainment.
Edutainment.
It's a little
You just
tough
want to
with
make up a
couple of
word. That's all.
So it's educational, it's entertaining,
Yeah.
and it's something that everyone in the family will enjoy,
Yeah.
young to old. Everybody's fascinated with the miniature. That's why
Well,
we.
that's the way to teach, though. I mean, I taught computer science in the college level, and I know if I didn't throw a show, I'd have nobody awake.
Right, that's exactly right. And interactivity is what's going to
Yeah.
really keep people engaged.
Keep people, yeah.
And unlike a lot of tourist attractions in New York, this is not a typical. It's not a museum where you're sort of where it's dead and static, and it's not
Right.
an amusement park which has just mindless,
Yeah.
running around. It's instead both educational, and fun and moving. So
well, you have a whole ecosystem, it seems, in this
yeah.
part that people. I mean, you're going to have weather.
Yes, we'll have changing weather. We can have rain. We can have snow. We can have different changing times of day, wind. So those are things we want to do, and we want to incorporate to where people can see how different things move in different environments. So it's really something exciting we want
I
to
can
do.
see all the city planners are going to, line up to see this thing,
Oh, yeah.
to see,
Right?
to get an idea, or to work out their ideas. I mean, you can see, this would be wonderful. This
And
thing.
we're going to do layers as well. So you'll have layers of New York where you can see. If you wanted to see the subway system underneath.
Oh, I see.
Anybody have able to see subterranean or the tunnel?
So it's almost like one of those. What were those computer games where you had all the?
Like a Sim City kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
Sim City.
Right.
So you're Sim City in 3D.
Right. We've come up. I mean, listen, the ideas are enormous. We even talked about having like Halloween time, like a zombie apocalypse version of New York. So,
well, you have people going up in spaceships and things like that.
Right.
I mean, I really talked to serious people who feel that has happened to them.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, what the hell?
We don't want anybody having flashbacks about their
You'll have to send them to the VA for PTS syndrome or something.
So yeah, but there's a great deal we can accomplish, and there's a lot of learning opportunities. So people and a lot of things that people won't be able to see. We also want to have tie-ins so that tourists who are coming from overseas, somebody coming from Japan, would be able to interact with somebody who's in another country, some of the popular areas using their smartphone and things like that. Smartphones will be able to recognize as people come in order to tell them which area they're from and give them a tour in their own language. Automatically recognizing what they do. So we're going to be leveraging the most modern technology so that
So I'll walk into this activity and they'll know I'm from Poland, and so they're going to speak it.
That's right, because we can identify right away what their default language is on their phone.
No kidding.
And then go ahead and support that.
Wow. And I guess people walking around, little people know that too. Right?
They're one 3D print away from being replaced.
Right. You must be like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. Once we get this thing moving, I'm sure there'll be a lot of tinkering going on.
Well, that's right.
When I did it, because the tracks will be backwards.
But the people now, I mean, to get involved, I mean, for a couple of bucks, they help support you, and what, you get a passport even. So
yes, that's right.
You get a passport of this community, and actually you have great little gifts too. You like Gulliver, you know what the word is, Gulliver Travel. his telescope.
Yeah, that's right. Gulliver's Gate telescope. That's right.
Yes, and that's terrific. And then you have little miniature train sets. I mean, these make unique gifts, like for Christmas or anything coming up.
It's going to be great. And on the Kickstarter campaign, you can get some really great gifts. And
you can't get anywhere else.
Right.
Plus, be a citizen
right.
of Gulliver's Gate.
And you'll be one of the inaugural people put into that.
And you get a passport.
That's right.
So if a cop messes you over for a jaywalking ticket, you say, "No, I'm sorry, I'm from out of town. I'm from Gulliver's Gate."
I didn't think of that, but that might be an added perk.
It's a way to beat the traffic tickets when you're traveling around New York City. Well, this is wonderful, Michael, and I'm so glad you're there with your imagination and your buddy that's doing this too. I mean,
Aaron, he's the best in the business. We couldn't ask for a better team that we've lined up, and we're excited about it.
But it's so neat to keep us young, to keep us active, and to get a perspective on our life too. I mean, that's what I see. We could all learn, not only a kid, but a grown-up. We get tied up in life, and it's yucky all the time. And then to see a little city and how fun it is.
We want people to be transported.
Right.
They can have a few hours or somewhere else.
Right.
It's fun to come back.
You're on vacation, going to another vacation.
Exactly.
And so you go to Gulliver's Gate, GULLIVERSGATE.com, and you can go to the Kickstarter program from there and get involved and at least see the video, because the video, I think, on your Kickstarter really captures all the graphics to see what this is really going to be, and you're going to be a huge attraction in our country.
and we're looking forward to it.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you
Take
so much.
care.
It was a pleasure.